Alright, what's up, y'all? Shout out to the surrounding sounds. My name is Evan Strong, the founder of In the Image Clothing Company. Today is the 23rd of July, 2026. This is a video under our main side, one of the four sides to us as In the Image Clothing Company. Okay, this video's title here is Stretchy Top Material and the Trapezius. Okay. The trapezius muscles, the upper, the middle, the lower trapezius muscles connecting our shoulder blades or our scapulas to our back. And then tops, meaning anything. Okay, we're a clothing company, so anything clothing the top of our bodies, if you will, is what I mean by tops. Let's get into this. Why are we a clothing company when our slogan here is allowing the body to work? The focus is about the human being, the human body's physical, mechanical functioning. The human body is just a mechanical machine placed onto this rock in space that is our Earth. We live in this modern man-made world placed onto God's natural Earth, though. But the body, being designed in the image of God, in the image of Jesus Christ, here's your clothing company for anything that clothes the human being. Because just measurable mathematical degrees of hinges, levers, and rotations determined by the shape and length of our bones that just are all the same within this universal human design is all the body could ever do. Okay, hinges, levers, and rotations, function, mechanics, movement, kinetic motion. The body's all connected through its bones, connecting directly to each other through ligaments. The bones are an extremely shape and length specific. They're an extremely specific shape and length. Okay, the bones of the body, just as the rest of the body as well, grows by itself. And it can only ever possibly do what it does. People try to train the human being to do something, but that's impossible to get it to do anything besides how the bones connect. Muscles connect to these bones and they pull only. Always opposing sides though. Opposing muscles pull to either close a hinge or extend a hinge on either side of it. We always stabilize in a neutral position. In the entire human being, there's always a neutral, and there's only one way this body could ever function. Truly. We get into chronic patterning, which we discuss, through the only thing physically placed on us, most direct, the literal word of clothing the body with anything. Hats, gloves, pants, shoes, socks, tops, undergarments, jewelry, glasses. This shirt that's not actually being worn the way it's intended to, but it's over my shoulder, it's clothing my shoulder, or like a bag, right? Whatever it is, there's only one way the body works because it just grows by itself. But then also, we abide by universal laws. Physics. Gravity, okay? Gravity's vertical pull comes down and meshes with the horizontal surface of the planet Earth. This is a 90-degree angle, a right angle, a perpendicular angle. It's truly mathematics. It's undisputed truth. There's always only been one way, and always will only be one way. The bones of the human body connect. There always has and always will only be one way the human body could ever possibly physically, mechanically operate. But we get into deep chronic patterning. Imbalances. Clothing, okay, our bodies will cause imbalances in our bodies. Universal clothing imbalances are shipped across the entire planet Earth in modern 2026 in ways that could have never possibly happened in the past to this degree because we've got technology to do it. Okay. Yeah, robots stitch our clothing. We've got things like rotating seams in clothing, collar seams in the collars of our tops that need to stay centered and snug, with even opposing musculature going into the center line of our bodies from both the left side and the right side, okay? But, yeah, all sorts of things. Shoelaces and drawstrings, any kind of rope at all you tie on or around the body, you twist the entire human being, and chronic patterning gets built up. So the body's just trying to work around the only thing physically placed on it, always. Everything we do in our lives, we're doing it in and through whatever we're literally clothing our bodies with, okay? Pockets, zippers, buttons, seams that are different in any kind of way on the human being. Oversized clothing. When we don't have joints of material of clothing meshing with joints of body parts where the body physically moves, just being this mechanical machine that it is, then the body will be damaged, okay? So, anyway, yeah, chronic patterning, scar tissue, bones, spurs, deep, deep, deep damage through all the bones, tendons, ligaments and muscles in the entire human being build up over years and years and years of any kind of possible imbalance in clothing, meaning there's so many possibilities to have imbalances in clothing, okay? So clothing has to, at very least, stay centered, fit correct, and be made in all the ways we can from 100% natural materials. There's a center line to the body, the sternum, the spine, the trachea, the nose, the jaw, all these things meshing with Earth's vertical gravity pull. The jaw stabilizes the entire body. It eats, it breathes, it speaks for the whole human being. This jaw of ours with musculature connecting out to the edges of our shoulders, going through the collars of our tops, coming down to the upper ribs, going through the collars of our tops, or our necklaces. There you go. There's the visual, okay? The lower jaw bone has musculature coming up to the crown of the head, stabilizing not only the head on top of us, but the whole body. It's all just what it is, a kinetic chain, connected bone to bone to bone to bone to bone, through the whole thing. It's just all connected through bones. We've got feet at our very foundation. The lowest point of our body is on Earth's vertical gravity pole, evenly opposing the center line of our bodies, gripping arches inward to keep us vertical on Earth's vertical gravity pole. So now that we know the truth of this, there's no possible opinion to training the human being to get it to do anything. That's impossible. It always has been. No kind of new information or breakthrough, but it just only is what it is. And people get so lost, as I did as well, The founder and leader for life of In the Image Clothing Company, me, Evan Strong, I was in extremely deep chronic patterning as well, So you can watch my visual and physical transformation under the gift, as I call it, of video, just as we document what we do under our 5-word company name, In the Image Clothing Company, giving, information that applies to all human beings on eternal, unchanging truth. Stretchy top material and the trapezius, okay? These muscles on our upper back, they connect the big bones on our upper backs, those shoulder blades or the scapulas, two names for the same bone. These muscles connect those bones to the spine. The spine's in the center line of the body above the hips, the only vertical support that is bone that connects just from the top of the hips or pelvis up all the way to the base of the skull, in the very center of the body, meshing with Earth's vertical gravity pull, with even opposing musculature connecting into it on either side. A lot of these muscles, or a lot of the area of musculature that connects into the spine on the back, or just into the spine at all, are the trapezius muscles. So we've got an upper trapezius muscle connecting from the top of the shoulder blades or scapulas to the neck or the cervical spine, and then up to the base of the skull. Okay, one on the left side and one on the right side. Okay, and then we've got a mid trapezius right below those upper trapezius, connecting more on the middle of those big bones on the upper back, the scapulas or shoulder blades, two names for the same bone, and connecting into the spine, basically just horizontal like this, pulling those shoulder blades or scapulas to the spine. Okay, then we've got a lower trapezius on either side as well, right? Each of these 3 trapezius, the upper, the middle, and the lower, have one on either side. And the lower trapezius connect more to the lower part of the shoulder blades or scapulas, those big bones on our upper backs, and down and into the spine, okay? So we've got a neutral height to everything in the body, or a neutral position in all the ways. So the shoulders, they can come up. Let's show it like this. There you go. Or down from the neutral position. The neutral, or the middle, for the shoulders, height-wise, is the middle trapezius. And then there's an upper trapezius coming up, literal wording. Then there's a lower trapezius coming down, okay, literal wording, lower, it goes down, lower than the neutral. A neutral shoulder is at the elbow at the natural waist as well, right? The upper arm bone, called the humerus, connects the shoulder to the elbow. Really, it doesn't even connect them necessarily, it's just that one end of the upper arm bone is the shoulder, the upper end of it and the bottom end of the upper arm bone, called the humerus, is the elbow. So there's always just a neutral to the body. There's no possible opinion to it. It's mathematics. But if you start with things like heels under man-made shoe designs, under your God-made feet, you know, changing the position of your foot on the surface of the planet Earth, then you'll never know where your shoulders sit. Naturally. We get into it in depth. We discuss the anatomy of the human body in such depth here under In The Image Clothing Company's main site, specifically as one of our fourths to us as In The Image Clothing Company, that you couldn't possibly dispute the information, because we don't get to decide or change truth as human beings. There's a neutral height to the shoulders. So now you know what the trapezius muscles are. Okay, the upper, the middle, and the lower trapezius connecting the shoulder blades, those big bones on our upper backs, the scapulas, to the spine. This vertical support in the center line of our body, that's bone, all these little vertebrae, or little bones stacking to create the spine. Well, now you know where we're focused for this video. The title is, on the 23rd of July, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, Stretchy Top Material and the Trapezius. Well, here's the thing. When I discuss, as the founder and leader for life of In The Image Clothing Company, that clothing needs to be made in all the ways we can have it be from 100% natural materials, well, it has to, because the body is as well. We eat plants that grow from the earth, or we eat animals that ate plants that grew from the earth. And it becomes the human being. It's literally just earth, this body we have. Matter, what everything's made up of on a small level, can't be created or destroyed. That's impossible. So everything that God made is always just here, forever. Unchanging. Jesus Christ, also being called the truth, is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Okay, so materials, we can take things from the earth and we can take natural things and make them unnatural things through a man-made process of heating things up and mixing things together. But everything always decomposes back to natural anyway. But then also the body's only natural, so we need to mesh natural materials onto the natural human being with anything we choose to literally clothe the body with. Truth is truth. That doesn't mean I'm always correct about it, but I don't get to decide it or change it. So let's discuss some things. Stretchy top material and the trapezius. This video is titled the 23rd of July 2026 under In The Image Clothing Company's main side. Well, there's not going to be stretch in things naturally. Okay, we've got a lot of man-made things that are very stretchy. But this is the problem with that. The muscles of the human being only ever pull together. Even in what seems like a push, we're pulling muscles on the back side of a function to extend it. We're extending hinges by pulling muscles, okay, or closing hinges by pulling muscles. There's only one way the human body could ever work. It's an electrical system. It's sent from the brain, these signals, the electronic activation for the musculature's fibers, okay, it goes from the brain down the brain stem through the spinal cord and then stems off to the entire body. Little firings of electrical impulses go to the musculature's fibers, and it tells them to get closer together. Okay, so muscles only pull. Let's wait for the airplane noise for as long as we do. Okay. Okay. There's another one coming. I can hear it. So, the 23rd of July, 2026, in the Image Clothing Company's main site here, stretchy top material and the trapezius. Okay. Well, when we have our bodies working, gravity pulls our arms straight down. Okay. Gravity pulls the pendulum of the hand straight down from the other end of the shoulder, if the rest of the body's not altered and the body's all just working as it was designed by God to do. And now in this position, you've got the same thing happening at the hand that you do at the shoulder. If we straighten the elbow between the hand and the shoulder, the entire arm is just one straight line, and the entire arm will do the exact same thing. Rotation-wise, internal or external rotation from the neutral, or anywhere the hand goes, the shoulder goes, and vice versa, okay? Anywhere the shoulder goes, the hand goes. Now, this is what happens. The wind blows, and the airplanes fly overhead. Okay. So, the 23rd of July, 2026, in the Image Clothing Company's main site here, stretchy top material and the trapezius. Well, these muscles on the rear of our upper back, they're pulling our shoulders back, the trapezius muscles, while muscles on the front of our chest are pulling the shoulders forward. There's always opposing muscles, right? Look at Earth's vertical gravity pull. Just pull my arms straight down. The trapezius muscles pull the shoulders back, opposing the pull of the pectoral muscles on the chest, on the front of the body, pulling the shoulders forward. And between this opposing pull, there's the neutral, Earth's vertical gravity pull. Okay? No possible opinion to it. It's mathematics. There's only one way the human body could ever work. It just meshes with the Earth that it's placed onto, and the physics that's going on there. Okay? Truly. Okay? Yep, it's that simple. It's as obvious as it is once you see it. The thing is, God designed the body to work. It would just work unless or until altered, so let's not alter it. But if we do, we show very clearly here under In the Image Clothing Company's main site how to get out of or rid chronic patterning built up in the body. You know, and most directly from the most direct thing touching it, the only thing physically placed on it, the literal word of clothing. In the Image Clothing Company's main site, the 23rd of July, 2026. This video's title, Stretchy Top Material and the Trapezius. So, this even opposing pull of the shoulders just rests them in the neutral. The trapezius pull the shoulders back, and the pectorals pull the shoulders forward. But there's a neutral, okay? The human being has even mathematical opposing bends from bottom to top to stay vertical on Earth's vertical gravity pull. The ankles bend backward, the knees bend forward, the hips bend backward, the low back bends forward, the mid back bends backward, and the upper back bends forward. The upper back's just the neck, or the cervical spine. But the body has this snaking and activation, if you will, back and forth, you know, opposing Earth's vertical gravity pull to stay vertical. So the shoulders, they just kind of need to stay where gravity's just hanging them neutral. But if we try to reach, and we've got stretchy top material, that's not going to work so well with the shoulders neutral position. Because the clothing has the same effect on it from gravity that our bodies do. Gravity has the same effect on our clothing that it has on our bodies. Truly, okay? Yeah. Clothing being the literal wording of anything physically placed onto the human being, or anything at all. In the Holy Bible, it says God clothes the fields with grass. Okay? The 23rd of July, 2026, under In the Image Clothing Company's main site here, this video's title, Stretchy Top Material and the Trapezius. Well, we just want our clothing to stay hanging vertical on us with Earth's vertical gravity pull. But if we reach our arms forward, and the clothing has stretchy material to it, it'll just stretch around our back. We've got a video's title here under In the Image Clothing Company's main site currently titled Stretchy Pant Material and the Glutes. Okay? The glutes are the muscles on the rear of our pelvis. The rear of our hips, our sit bones, the ischiums, the glute muscles, okay? These muscles are behind the body, just as the upper trapezius, the mid trapezius, and the lower trapezius are on the rear of the body. Okay, this video is titled, the 23rd of July, 2026, under In the Image Clothing Company's main side, Stretchy Top Material and the Trapezius. Well, these trapezius muscles have to pull the shoulders backward, opposing the pull of the pectorals on the front, pulling the shoulders forward. But there needs to be this even opposing pull, and gravity is the neutral. So there's a video's title here under In the Image Clothing Company's main site that is If the shoulders can't reach, the pelvis will, okay? With the spine in a neutral position, with Earth's vertical gravity pull, okay, just vertical, with the gravity's pull on Earth, the shoulders can move, and these shoulder blades, or the scapulas, the big bones on the upper back that connect to our spine through these trapezius muscles, the upper, middle, and lower trapezius, the shoulders can move by themselves and the spine doesn't have to move. These big bones called shoulder blades or scapulas on our upper backs can wrap around our back. Really, they're wrapping around the rib cage that they sit behind. All these rib bones, okay? But the spine doesn't have to move, the shoulder blades do, if they can. But we discussed reasons why they maybe couldn't, things physically in the way, tags in clothing, labeling physically stitched into clothing, causing a physical gap between the literal word of clothing, the body with something, and then the body itself at the skin. The epidermis, it's an organ, you know, so always remove all tags from clothing or labeling of any kind. Anything physically in the way inside of our clothing needs to not be physically in the way inside of our clothing that's clothing our bodies. The 23rd of July 2026, in the Image Clothing Company's main site here, stretchy top material and the trapezius, okay? So these trapezius muscles, they just need to stay in their neutral position, meshing with Earth's vertical gravity pull. They just are doing their job, okay? Opposing the pull of the pectoral muscles, pectoralis, major and minor, minor and major, minor and major. You know, if we try to reach our shoulders forward and the material of our clothing that's placed on us and just hanging straight down with gravity from the top of our shoulders, right? Well, if the clothing stretches, if we have stretchy top material, then as we try to reach, it's going to just really pull away. Stretch means pulling away, but muscles only pull together. Okay, that's the problem. See how this is a clash of exact opposite directions of motion? Stretch pulls away. Muscles pull together. The shoulder blades, or the scapulas, the big bones on our upper back, need to pull back like this to our spine. But if the clothing, the top material, is stretchy against our spine and it's pulling away, it's going to try to wrap around our bodies. Okay? But our shoulder blades are being pulled back to our spine through these trapezius muscles backward like this. Clothing stretching forward and around the body like this in stretchy material and tops, but the upper, middle, and lower trapezius muscles connecting the shoulder blades or scapulas, those big bones on our upper back, to our spine, pull our shoulder blades or scapulas to our spine backward like this. Clothing stretches, muscles pull. Top material stretches forward, trapezius muscles pull backward. It's a fight. And you don't want to have that happening, okay? The 23rd of July, 2026, in the Image Clothing Company's main site here, stretchy top material and the trapezius, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. It'll never work. It'll never work. It'll never work. The thing is, too, I mean, now not only just living your daily life and you're just moving your arms around inside of your clothing and it's stretching and your body can't be supported on Earth's vertical gravity pull, hanging the pendulum of the hand down from the other end of the shoulder with a straight arm, you know, with this even opposing pull from the trapezius pulling backward and the pectoralis muscles pulling forward. Pectoralis? Pectoral. Pecs. The muscles on the chest, okay, are those. Anyway, you know, not only that, but now let's say you lean against something. Like you lean back against something, even a bed. You lay down, okay, on your back, and all this stretchiness to the stretchy top material, if you've got it, is on your back, okay? And you lay down, putting weight against your back, and this stretchy top material stretches around your back. And you know what else does now? Your upper, middle, and lower trapezius muscles that pull backward. So stretchy top material and the trapezius, it doesn't work. Okay, this video's title, the 23rd of July, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here. Yeah, stretchy top material and the trapezius. Well, yeah, I mean, anytime you've got weight against your back, like you're sitting against something or you're laying on your back, you still have this neutral position to the shoulders, front and back. There's a neutral position up and down. There's a neutral position front and back. It's all just meshing with Earth's vertical gravity pull and just the shape and length of the bones and the universal human design that grow by themselves. But then we've got this man-made clothing item made out of this man-made, if you will, material, meaning that's where stretch is going to come from, is this man-made material, because stretch in clothing didn't even exist. Just tens of years ago from today's date, 2026 is the year. Today's the 23rd of July. Yeah, I mean, it's an invention of mankind, of human beings, men or women. The human race made some material. Not this. This shirt's actually not stretchy. I'm just holding it to show as a visual of a piece of material. But yeah, if you've got any kind of man-made material woven or blended, especially together, you can have stretch in it. And yeah, sure, you know, things come from that people like not having wrinkles be caused in it very easily, and certain things like this, but the muscles of the body always only could ever possibly work by pulling together. Stretch always pulls away, that's the definition. So it's just always a battle, okay? So when you're sleeping especially, or laying against something with your back, stretchy top material and the trapezius, this video's title on the 23rd of July, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site, it's just never gonna be okay for your body, okay? I mean, just to breathe, you've got to have your shoulders out of the way. Hey, excuse me! We've got 1/4 of our company here titled In The Image Clothing Company Poodles, and we give information that applies to all dogs. I hear that your dog is yapping. We could probably help you with that. Wow. That's true, okay? And the dog stopped barking. I'm not kidding. That's awesome. Seriously, that's amazing. That's wonderful. That was cool. That was cool. Thank you, God, truly. That was amazing. Anyway, that's where we'll leave this. That's all this needs to be for now. But there's your context. You know, stretchy material in the tops is just going to pull your shoulders forward and around your body like this. But you've got big muscles. I mean, the trapezius, they span a big area, clear from the base of the skull down like past the mid-back. And 3 different trapezius, and they're pretty sizable muscles. They're pretty big. So you've got this whole piece of material of the top, the whole back part of it. If it's stretchy, it's just always placed against those trapezius muscles. So you just can't have it stretchy, all right? We'll always have good clothing available under In The Image Clothing Company to do at least the baseline 3 things for sure. You know, stay centered with Earth's vertical gravity pull, fit correct, because there's no opinion to how the human being's bones connect in this universal human design, and be made in all the ways we can from 100% natural materials, because the body is. Check out the other 3 sides of In The Image Clothing Company if you'd like to, okay? We've also got In The Image Clothing Company music and In The Image Clothing Company podcast. We're on episode 211 of In The Image Clothing Company podcast as of today's date, the 23rd of July, 2026. We just have deep insights on life be discussed there, really discussions on the gospel of Jesus Christ. But we're all human beings, the same thing within this universal human design, placed onto the same earth. Okay. Never wear stretchy material in your clothing. You know, we just give a lot of free modifications in clothing to not alter the body. You know, to allow the body to work is really the point. So much so that that's our slogan here under the main site of In the Image Clothing Company. We discuss modifying life, though. You know, living in this man-made world placed onto God's natural earth, there's a lot of things that are damaging our bodies. We've got different length 5 toes we roll evenly off the ends of. We've got different length 4 fingers that wrap evenly around a different length opposable thumb that plays an entirely different function than the fingers. Things like this we miss, and things like this that are round don't mess with our flat man-made world we have. You know, but there's only one way the body has ever or could ever possibly work. There's no opinion to it. There's a lot of opinions on the human being in modern 2026, and then going forth, you know, just because we're so out of touch with it, we're trying to figure out what's going on. But you have to look at things outside of the body because the body's supposed to work. That's why we have it. You know, we've got our own individualistic situations where we do, and we address those things if and where needed: amputations, deformities, birth defects, surgeries, majorly altering your body throughout your life or whatever. But within this universal human design, the reason we have this body is to do what it is. It's a mechanical machine, fueled by food, lubricated by water. You know, it just grows by what it eats from the earth, and it's just only ever going to be able to possibly move where the bones connect, and the bones don't change their shape and length once we're full grown for the rest of our lives. And all muscles are there for is to pull on the bones and move them. But the muscles only pull, and stretch goes the opposite direction. So thank you, goodbye.